Although it may not always feel like it, being single has its benefits. In fact, being single is almost certainly preferable to being in a toxic relationship. So take it easy and enjoy this time till you're ready to settle down with the perfect person for you. Here are 11 reasons why it's good to be single. 1. You learn how to be independent. Everyone should be capable of caring for themselves. Whether you're in a relationship or not, a healthy measure of independence is desirable. You should not put your happiness in the hands of your partner or anybody else. When you're single, you're required to be more independent, which isn't always a negative thing. It is a positive attribute to rely on yourself more than on others. You have complete control over your life, and the choices you make are all your own. Taking on so much responsibility might be difficult, but it helps to improve your resilience and capacity to deal with the challenges of life. And if you do get into a relationship, you're less prone to becoming codependent on your partner. 2. You can learn more about yourself. Most people do not really understand who they are and what they want out of life until they hit their late 20s or early 30s. Honestly, it takes a while to evolve emotionally and discover your life's values and objectives. Being in a relationship at this point might actually inhibit your capacity to soul search and realize your most true self. Yes, falling in love is fantastic, but it may also blind you to your own wants. You must make concessions and sacrifice, and sometimes you might persuade yourself that you desire something simply because it is the best option for the relationship. That's not to suggest that all relationships hinder self-discovery, but many do if you're not fully conscious of the possibilities. When you're single, you don't have this difficulty. You may concentrate on getting to know yourself and being the person you would like to be. 3. You have more time for self-improvement. When you're single, you have more time to devote to things like becoming more independent, enhancing your self-esteem, or being in a good situation. Relationships are wonderful, but they take up a great deal of time, and it's easy to let other vital elements of your life slip by. When you're single, you may devote your complete attention to yourself. Do you appreciate yourself? Why not, if not? What is it about yourself that you dislike? Whatever it is, you can make it better. Consider what kind of person you want to be for your prospective girlfriend or boyfriend. Is there anything you need to focus on in order to become that person? This is the time. Personal growth is beneficial in more ways than one. Furthermore, your future partner will appreciate you investing in yourself so that you can have a happy and satisfying life together. 4. You may spend as much time alone as you want. In a relationship, you should strive to get some alone time, but it might be difficult to acquire as much as you need or desire. This is particularly necessary for introverts, who require alone time to refuel and be ready to face life. When you're single, you have the option of not going anywhere, doing anything, or seeing anyone. And you can continue to do so indefinitely. When one person requires more alone time than the other, it can create an issue in a relationship. Either you have to be more available than you would want or your partner will feel ignored. But when you're single, you don't have this difficulty. 5. It is possible to be selfish in a healthy way. When you're single, there's nothing wrong with being a bit selfish. You don't have to consider your partner's goals and requirements if you don't have one. You may concentrate on yourself and consider what you can accomplish to make yourself happier. Would you want to spend your money on a weekend? Do you want to finish the final piece of chocolate? Do you want to do what you want, when you want? Nobody can stop you. When you're single, you have control over your life, and you can be self-centered and think about yourself for a break. Focus on your needs and work toward achieving the life you want. When you're single, you can do whatever you want. When you are in a relationship, you will be required to think about your partner's wants and requirements. Furthermore, you would need to consult with them before making major decisions. You owe no explanation to anyone while you're single. 6. You are not subjected to the stress of arguments and drama. Relationships may be wonderful, and when we're single, we prefer to concentrate on the positive aspects of being in a relationship. But what about the negative aspects? What about the quarrels, anxiety, and drama that come with being romantically linked with someone? Relationships are rarely smooth sailing, and even the happiest ones have arguments and challenges. When you're single, you may face different sorts of stress, but you're not under the burden of being in a relationship. For now, you can just sit back and enjoy your single life without having to worry about offending your partner. 7. You are free to do and be whatever you desire. The nicest part about being single is the amount of freedom you have. Do you want to change something about yourself? Nobody is there to remind you of who you once were and to bring you back. You can be whoever you want and do whatever you want. Are you going to a dance class, partying with your friends, or having your belly button pierced? You may do all of these things and more without seeking permission from anyone. You don't have to fit into anyone else's timetable. When you're single, you're your own boss, and you make your own decisions. Because of this, some people choose to be single. 8. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Let's face it, when you're in a relationship with someone, you have to prioritize them. This includes doing things you don't particularly enjoy doing or doing them at an inconvenient time. Let's take visiting their family or connecting up with their friends. You dislike doing these things, but you also don't leap at the chance to do them. You do things because you care about your partner and understand that sometimes sacrifices must be made. Sometimes it's simple, but other times it's difficult to conjure any type of excitement. It's just not the proper moment, and you're not in the right frame of mind, but you force yourself to do the right thing. But when you're single, you don't have to do or go somewhere if you're not feeling it. If you wish, you can just lie in bed and watch your favorite TV shows. You don't have to be concerned about hurting your partner's feelings by either refusing to do something or doing it but not enjoying it. 9. You are free to flirt with whoever you want. When you're in a committed relationship, flirting with other individuals is a major no-no. When you're single, you can indulge in some harmless flirtation, or even take it to the next level if you want. Nobody will be jealous if you smile at the attractive delivery boy or look at a cute server. If you choose to kiss a stranger in a pub, you are not cheating on anybody. If you flirt with a coworker, no one will be hurt. Flirting is exciting, flirting is enjoyable, and flirting freely is a significant advantage of being single. And if you're looking for some casual sex, you can do it when you're single. That is obviously forbidden in all but open relationships. 10. You may concentrate on your career. I am not suggesting you can't have a fantastic profession and go up the ladder while in a relationship, but for young people in particular, being single allows you to focus more of your time and attention on accomplishing your objectives. To minimize burnout, take frequent pauses and practice self-care, but if you want to hurl yourself into your job, go for it. Furthermore, if you need to relocate in order to advance in your career or obtain your dream job, you won't have to worry about how it will affect your relationship. You can pack your belongings and move about more freely and effortlessly. You also have additional time to study new things, enhance old talents, and pursue potentially lucrative hobbies. Being single is preferable when you can pursue your interests and progress in your work or personal life. 11. You are free to travel anywhere you like. When you're traveling as a couple, deciding where to go often necessitates arguments and concessions. After all, you're undoubtedly interested in seeing other locations and doing different activities. You can go wherever you want while you're single. This is not limited to restaurants and bars. You could travel wherever you wanted and remain for as long as you wanted. Traveling with a companion may be fun, but it also necessitates taking into account two people's wants and requirements. Finding a happy medium can sometimes lead to bitterness. What if you wish to stay for a few weeks but your partner's profession only allows them to travel for a week at a time a few times a year? Use the flexibility to travel wherever you choose to completely feel the freedom that the single lifestyle has to offer. Now you've got some of the most compelling reasons why being single is preferable. But, let's face it, better doesn't have to be permanent. Perhaps it is preferable for you right now, depending on your lifestyle, wishes, and life stage. Being single is preferable to being in an unhappy relationship. Being single is also preferable to attempting to force a relationship. Being alone is preferable for as long as it makes sense to you. Being single is a lifetime choice for some people. Others may make a decision today that they later change their mind about. Whatever the situation may be for you, enjoy being single while it lasts. You might also be interested in, so what do you think? I would like to hear your opinion in the comments section below. Well, that is all for the video. If you find it helpful, consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends.